floating in the melody of songs, offering their heart's treasures to their guests. They are the ethnic minority people called Santal. The gesture is devoid of any rudeness of wealth. It's filled with overwhelming reverence. No meanness. All is fervent adoration. In numbers, Santals are the largest of the minority indigenous people dwelling in northern Bangladesh. Santals prefer to be called as Santals. In addition to the north, Santals live in the tea gardens of Sylhet, Maulavi Bazar and Hobiganj. As per the consensus of 1991, the Santal population stands at over 200,000. On the contrary, Santals claim that the numbers are higher. They identify themselves as Horhopon or human beings. It is believed that the early habitats comprised of the Santals are the lesser Nagpur of Bihar, Santal Parganas, and a large area of Assam. By the mid-8th century, the population increased and agricultural produces diminished. The Santals migrated to different regions including Bangladesh. Santals term their original habitat as Hihiri Pipiri. Santals originate from the Proto-Australoid race. The Santals' names have 12 different family titles. At the time of childbirth, Santals don't seek help of doctors or trained midwives. Usually, the responsibility is taken up by the experienced women of the clan. Immediately after birth, the umbilical cord is incised. Sharp metal edge of the arrow is used for the boys and sharpened mussel shell in case of girls, in the belief that boys will grow up to be skilled marksmen and girls will become hard-working homemakers. The incised placenta is buried in line of the door and below the edge of the roof to protect both the newborn and the mother from the devil. It is customary to shave the infant's head in Santal culture. Janam Chhatir is celebrated at the time of christening the newborn. Nimdamandi occasion is celebrated for 3 days in case of girls and 5 days for boys. To sanitize the house, mixture of rice flour and water is sprinkled. Everyone is fed with rice cooked with neem leaves. Boy infant is named matching the name of his grandfather, and the girl's name is similar to her grandmother's. The midwife is rewarded with money by the guardians as much as they are able to. Huts of the rural Santals are mostly made of mud and roofs are thatched or made of corrugated iron sheets. The ceilings are made of bamboo mesh covered in mud. Wood or bamboo is used to make doors and windows. Windows are absent in many houses, believing that Bonga, the witch, may peep. Beds to sleep in are made of wood, or hammock-type beds made of ropes, and bamboo or beds prepared from bamboo mesh covered in mud are used. Mats made of date palm leaves are used. Red and black muds are used to make houses. Drawing patterns on the inside walls are a significant characteristic. In the Santal community, literacy is insignificant. Their language could pose as the prime obstacle for a reason. Education programs by government and private initiatives taken for the Santal children in schools have made visible progress. They are getting the privilege to study in schools in their own mother tongue. Many Santal students are found doing higher studies in various universities. The ancient religion of the Santals is Shari Sharna. To live in harmony and love of nature is the prime motto of their religion. From religious belief, Santal girls wear a tattoo on their wrists and the boys in their arms to protect them from king cobras and big insects after death. Washing the feet and rubbing oil on them is their way of receiving guests. A large portion of the Santal population in Bangladesh is Christian. The age-old Santal social culture is both ancient and rich in heritage. Majority of the Santal people live in villages. Obviously, cultivation is their livelihood. Contribution of the Santal people with their sweat and blood to make this tropical forest land cultivable is remarkable. Till date, agriculture is their principal way of life. Women folk work equally hard hand in hand with the men in cultivation. Women collect roots, legumes and wild potatoes besides working in the fields. The Santals have also not given up their tradition of hunting. This hunting is not unscrupulous and weapons of mass destruction of the modern man like bullets or bombs are not used. Their main hunting gear is indigenously made bow and arrow. Today, hunting is not a profession of the Santals. It's now a part of their culture. This ancient tradition is an evidence of their historical identity. In the Santal society, marriage is not only the joining together of a man and a woman and also not a relationship between two families. Rather, two villages unite as one when a marriage ceremony takes place. The village chief plays a vital role in marriages. Marriage in Santal language is bapla. Usually, 7 types of marriages or baplas are there in Santal custom. Among these are Kiring Bahu Bapla, Tunki Dipil Bapla, Shanga Bapla, Ghardi Jawai, etc. Prior to marriage, Chacho Chatiyar or Tel Lepon programs are rituals for a smooth transition in afterlife. All expenses of the wedding is borne by the groom. In addition to a 12 taka dowry, a calf has to be given as a gift to the bride's brother. Family members of the groom visits the bride's home with wedding attires and jewelry. The bride's groom is welcomed by the Jagmanjihi of the bride's side by handing a pitcher of water and mango leaves to the Jagmanjihi of the groom's side. Feet of the guests are washed and ushered into the house amidst group dancing and tunes played on madol, tamak and the flute. The groom's bridal party brings out the bride seated on a bridal basket carried on their shoulders. The groom is also picked up on shoulders. The groom takes plenty vermilion powder and smears it on the parting of the hair of the bride. The Jagmanjihi ties a knot with the ends of groom's and bride's attire. This is the main part of the marriage. Stake dance and sports competition between the men of both sides are in progress in the house yard along with the music played on dhak, dhol, rahar, etc. The bride and groom are seated together on a mat and sweets are given to them by the elder women of the families. Dong dance is going on. At the same time, gifts are offered to the couple. Feasting and drinking goes on non-stop. Santals don't marry from their own tribes. It is considered sin. In weddings, women tie up their hair and wear panchi parhat, hashli, bak, poitamala along with other jewelry and stick duriya shalak with flowers in their hair. It is disrespectful to let the hair loose in front of men folk. And the men with enthusiasm join in the ceremony attired in dhuti, denga, baju in arm, todor, a ring in one ear and flute tied to the waist. In the ceremony, many indigenous musical instruments are played along with madol, tamak, dhag dhol, kortal and dotara.
Celebrated in the month of Posh, mid-December to mid-January, and Magh, mid-January to mid-February. During this worship, rice, vermilion powder, and other ingredients are offered to the deity Bonga. Ero festival is celebrated in the months of Ashar Sraban, mid-June to mid-August. Ero is the festival of sowing paddy seeds. This festival is celebrated for the seeds to germinate properly and to have a good harvest of paddy. In the name of God, the priest worships, offering bananas, dry sweets, puffed rice, etc. Dashai Puja and dance. In the early days, the Santal believers of their own religion took lessons from the Purohit or priest in herbal medicine, mantra, spells, etc. When the lessons are complete, educated disciples go around different masses of people to distribute their acquired knowledge. This knowledge is depicted through dancing. There's a popular notion about the Dashai dance. About 2000 AD, there was a Santal king called Kisku of Kandahar in the Afghan region. His only child was a daughter named Gandhari. This beloved daughter of his goes missing. When the clansmen and everyone looked far and wide but failed to find her, the cultural minister asked for permission to look for the princess. The dance performed from house to house of every village in search of the lost princess is called Dashai.
এই দাসাই থেকে অনেক কিছু পাওয়া যায়, যেমন সর্দি জ্বর ছাটমাট হয়, বমি হয়, ডাক্তারের ওষুধেও কাজ করে না, তন্ত্রমন্ত্র লেওয়া আর কি। এই মনসা পূজার উপলক্ষে এবং দুর্গা পূজার উপলক্ষে এটা একটা উৎসবও করা হয় বা আনন্দ করা হয়। আর এখান থেকে উস্তাদের কাছে সবাই যত শিষ্য থাকে, শিষ্যরা এখান থেকে আপনার বিদায় টিদায় নিয়ে এই সমাপ্তি ঘোষণা করা হয়।
Baha is the second biggest festival of the Santals. This is celebrated in the spring for 3 days. The Naiki Baba or the village priest is the head of this festival. The Kudam Naiki assists the Naiki Baba in the worship, collecting flowers and distributing them and serving drinks to clansmen. Baha means flower. In the spring, the nature gives out sweet fragrance and brilliant colors in abundance from wildflowers of Gojari, Neem, Kodum, Mohua and many more. At this time, the celebration becomes passionate. The Santals are synonymous with the color and beauty of flowers. No marriage takes place. Girls don't put flowers in their hair, and no buns are tied before this festival is over. They pray for prosperity, peace and well-being of the family, society and the nation as they have passed the yesteryear in peace and happiness. They pray to earn the gratitude of house deities like Jahir Era, Moriko, Marangburu and Goshai Era, so that peace prevails, get good harvests, enemies do not attack, sickness and epidemic don't happen. After the worship, Naike Baba gives out flowers to all. Everyone dances in exuberance on receiving the flowers and putting them in their hair. And they sprinkle water on each other in happiness. Are disappearing. It is of utter importance and our responsibility to preserve the cultural legacy and to retain its intrinsic magnificence untarnished. Striving against countless barriers, the Santals are indeed an exceptional mass of people, and their immaculate customs of dancing and singing, grand religious festivals, splendid social celebrations are marvelous. Many aspects of the ancient Kom society are entwined with the Santal culture till today. This time-tested legacy of union bears testimony to social harmony. It ushers the adherence with nature, and the religious supremacy of humanity is resounded and echoed from every corner. Let this be our yearning for the future in our world of despair.